What's going on, everybody? So today I wanted to take you guys through the process, or attempting at least, to put a 2022-2021 center console into a 2018 Model 3. This is my 2018 Model 3. Yes, it does have, I did do the black trim and the Uber turbines. It's still a 2018. Those are just some aftermarket, well, not aftermarket, but stuff that I picked up. So don't get confused by this. I did these door handles and the trim. And also, I know this is one of the new steering wheels, but this is because I swapped it out. This is one of the newer 2022 steering wheels. So don't get confused about that stuff. This is a 2018 Model 3. So the reason why I'm recording this video is because I've never seen this be done on a 2018 Model 3, because there's a connector back here where this whole system, the whole center console, connects to the car, and basically that connector is different on that new console. So the only way to get that new console to work in this 2018, we're gonna have to take out the wiring harness and all the components from this one and put it into that one. So I can't use the wiring harness that is in that new center console. I'm gonna have to take out this whole wire harness and use it in that one. So, I mean, it should be pretty simple. I'm also going to be using my armrest, and I'm going to be using this USB thing back here. And you also have to swap out your card ID scanner thing in here as well. And I'm also going to be swapping out my USB ports. I've got the USB ports in here. I'm going to be putting that system in there as well. Because if you didn't know, the USBC ports in the new center console, those don't transfer data. And because I don't have a port in the glove box for the Sentry mode, if I put those USB-C ports that are in there in here, and those are my only connections, well, I can't use Sentry mode because those don't send data. So the USBs that are in here do send data. So these ones, the ones down there, there's USBs down here, like for example, this one right here, this is for my Sentry mode. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna go ahead and take this one out, but let's go ahead and take a look at the new one first before we start taking stuff apart. So this is what I'm talking about. This connection right here, this right here, this basically, this is different. This is the main connection, the wiring harness that goes throughout this whole thing, connects to the lights, the hub, and everything. That connection basically is different. So if you look in your car, if you have a blue one, blue to blue connector, it'll work, but mine is white, so it won't work, so I can't use this wiring harness. And really the only difference in my opinion is there's an extra cable I've noticed that comes up here for the wireless charger. So I think this right here is for the wireless charger, but I'm basically going to be putting some custom wireless charging pads under here and then plugging those into my USB, and that's how I'm gonna get wireless charging, because no matter if I bring my wiring harness from this car into here, it's not even gonna have this to begin with, because this is a new feature with the new wiring harness and stuff. So yeah, so either way, you're gonna have to do your own custom wireless charging with this if you want it to work. You don't have to, like, you can just have this as a phone sitter or have your phone sit on, but I really want it to work, so I'm gonna try to make my own wireless charger in here. Also, if you're noticing, this thing is a little bare. It doesn't have the USB and fan thing right here, nor does it have the armrest. That is because I'm going to be transferring my armrest and everything to this one, and I'm waiting on the cup holder piece that's coming in a few days. There's the sliding door, but basically I found this one. It's not fully put together, but it was literally, I picked this up for 200 bucks. So usually something like this, it's gonna be $1,000 if you guys want to find this, but I was able to pick it up for 200, and then I was able to get the door for like another $90, and then the cup holder was like 50 bucks. In the $300 range for a new center console. I think that's pretty good. The only thing that I'm a bit iffy about is gonna be this in the back, guys, because I didn't find any videos online on how to remove the armrest or put it on. So I'm gonna be totally blind today when it comes to doing all of this, basically. So one other thing that I'm interested about is this connection here. So this is the connection basically to say when you're pushing the glove box too hard. That's just the little guy right here in that connector. And then I also noticed that there's another one of those like over here. I think it's right there. So I didn't know the glove box had like a sensor in it. I don't know what that's for. I've never seen a message on the screen that says close glove box gently or anything. So I don't know if those are gonna plug in. We're gonna have to figure that out, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure all of the lights and everything will plug in, but yeah, I do not know. Hey guys, so little update. This wireless pad does work and it fits absolutely perfect and it couldn't be any better. The issue that I was having is I was looking at this as I was about to return it and I was like, oh, it has different wireless power. So it has 5 watts, 7.5 watts, 10 watts, or 15 watts. If it's on 15 watts, I'm pretty sure this little red light turns on. And basically, you only get, I think, 5 watts out of the USB port. But if you use the cigarette lighter, you get 15, but up to like 25 or something or more. Or I don't know, but a lot. So once I put it in the cigarette lighter, it worked. It worked actually really well. The only thing was that it didn't really work with my case, so you might have to take your case off if it's too thick, but that's normal. I mean, it might be like that with the real Tesla one. So either way, it looks like it's going to work and it fits in there really nice. So we're going to be using that and we'll be routing these through to the cigarette lighter, and that's how we'll do it. And I've got 2 of these and the cigarette lighter has 2 ports, so it's going to work perfect. Like, look how perfect this fits. Could it be any more of a match made in heaven? It's a perfect slot, perfect phone length. It has a little clip over here that fits it perfectly, and I don't even have to glue it down to anything at all. It's perfect, guys. And in the front, we've got one here. And you're gonna wanna keep the power. I decided to keep the power of the car on until I get all the bolts undone and everything, because basically, if I unplug the car right now with the battery and everything, I won't be able to move the seats, and I kind of realize that you need to move the seats to get to these bolts. So right now, I would say just leave the power on. Guys, so I just went ahead and removed this piece from here. It's just a clip, pull it off, and then I think we're gonna have to undo this bolt here. And I think that's it for the rear, just those 2. Hey guys, so apparently that is it. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and unplug the car now, and I'm not only gonna unplug the battery, but I'm actually gonna unplug the real main battery. So we're gonna unplug everything just in case, because we don't want anything to short out or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the frunk, take this off right here, pull this out, and then we're just gonna undo that little 10 there. Also, since there's no power, I totally forgot you can't open the rear. You can open the front door since they have an emergency release, but you can't open the rears because I don't think they have an emergency release, do they? No, I don't think the rears do. Basically, I would suggest leaving windows down when the power is completely off, but then there's gonna be this little white plug here that you have to undo. and then I believe we can take it out. Alright, so she is all out. I'm gonna start the disassembly on this. It's pretty simple. And yeah, I mean, I'll keep you guys updated as the process goes, and anything that I feel I need to show, I will definitely do so. But we're just gonna start taking this off, and I'll keep you guys updated. I went ahead and took this out. This is pretty easy, it's just clips. I mean, after you get off this piece, which is 2 screws down there. But I'm just marking everything of what everything is. So this is the rear USB, so just trying to do that, and I'm also marking like my screws and stuff. But surprised how easy this one is. I thought it would be pretty hard to take off, but it was pretty simple. All right, guys, so I just got the armrest off. Basically, there's a little tiny screw on this side, undo that, and then you can push the rod, this rod here, all the way through. Push it that way, push it all the way through. You'll get those 2 pieces. I don't think you have to take these screws off, but I did. I mean, his were off, so I was trying to understand what he did to take them off. But that's about it, and yeah. So one thing that I am noticing is it looks like this little sensor here for the armrest. It looks like there is a sensor for the armrest to sense when it's closed and when it's open. This sensor, I believe, looks like it's the exact same plug. So we should be good there to just plug this one right into that one. It actually looked like this little sensor that was right here on plugs. So, I mean, it might, but I'm not trying to force it. So I'm just gonna keep this sensor and we'll put it over there. Okay, so next thing that I did is I actually took this off, and this is really important. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory which wire this is, but regardless, this, you have to transfer this to the new one because this actually has like the memory of your key card in it. So this is really important. Make sure you keep this. All right, so the wiring harness of the old console is all out. So right here we've got our main connector. Then it's got some sort of extra connector here. I don't know what that is. And then we've got our rear USB connection. And then I think this is, yep, so armrest sensor and rear USB connection. Our cup holder area, our light for the cup holder, our key for the cup holder. We've got, I'm pretty sure, the cigarette lighter. And then as we come up here, our USB to car, so this connects to the car. Excuse my writing, I had way too big of a marker, but this goes from the USB to the car. And then right here we've got our light for the deepest compartment in one of the storage areas. And then right here we have our, this is our door sensor. So this is gonna be the sensor to the door. Here's the difference in the wiring harnesses. This is the old like 2019 wiring harness right here. And this is the new wiring harness right here. As you can see, it's bigger and it wouldn't be plug and play. So that's why I have to switch out my whole wiring harness. All right guys, so here's a look at the new wiring harness, and let me explain why this wouldn't work. But so basically, you've got where it plugs in the new one, and then right here, this is actually the sensor for the armrest, and then this is for the new Model 3s with the USB-C in the back, just a bigger, different connector. And then as we keep going down, let's see. All of this is the same, I'm pretty sure. For this is the cup holder area with your cup holder light, cigarette lighter, and then your key card plug in. And then, so these two are what plugs into the USB-C module here. These are actually different, so I can't use the USB-C. I'm gonna have to put in my own USB here from my old car. And then here's the USB connector that goes to the car. And then right here, I believe, is another LED. And then right here is another sensor. This one's for the top door sensor or the sliding door. And then this is for the wireless charger. So like I said, this one in the new wiring harness, this wireless charger is not even in here. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use the wireless charger pad even if it was in there, because you wouldn't be able to plug it in. So the only way that you can make the wireless charger work is maybe splicing, which I don't want to do, or putting your own wireless charge behind it, wireless charging pad behind it, which I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna start putting my old wire harness through the new console and sort of see how everything is lining up. All right, guys, so I wanted to give you a little update. So basically, with the USB, that looks like on this one that I bought, looks like somebody spilled some coffee. I'll have to clean that up. But basically, this is where the USB-C module goes on the new one. It usually goes right in there. The one that I'm putting in from my old one is just regular USB. But obviously, it does not line up right. It lines up pretty well. Like these bottom ones go in. This top one doesn't go in. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So it almost lines up. I can put those screws in. And I can actually probably put that one in right there and it'll hold it down. But basically, what I had to do is make those holes a little bit bigger. And then it looks like I tested this and I tested this and stuff should work. So that's where we're at right now. Also, one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, I did have to kind of basically take, this is the sensor right here for the door. I had to extend it a little bit by basically taking this tape that they have off so I can get some more length here, because in the old console the sensor was like over here, but I needed it to go all the way over here. So overall, almost done with the wiring and everything, but I'll keep you guys updated. Like, all right guys, USBs are done, they're in, that's what they look like. Everything fits pretty well. You know, obviously it's a little finagled, but that's what we gotta do. But it's sturdy and looks good. Guys, so let me give you an update. At this point, all the wiring is done. And you got your USB here ready to plug back into the car. I've got the armrest back on. I've got the USB hub in the back there on. Everything is on. I've got the tray on, screwed in. This is all ready to hook up to the cup holder area that goes there. And yeah, everything's just about ready. I've got my wireless chargers here, all wired. And basically, the wireless chargers will sit in the back of there. So I'm gonna put them up here when I'm installing that. And then these right here are going to plug into the cigarette lighter, and those will power the wireless charger. And yeah, so at this point I can't really go any further because I'm waiting on I bought the cup holder section from eBay and I'm waiting on that. So once we have that, we can finish it and put it in the car and test it and hope that it works. And we also have to swap over the key card reader to the new cup holder. But anyways, that is about it for now. I'll keep you guys updated when we get the cup holder. All right guys, so little update. I just got the new cup holder. It's right here. The rest of it's right over there. But I took the top part off, and basically this is the key card sensor, or whatever, the key card computer for the car. And basically this is my original one, and I got to move this over to the new one because they won't work. You have to swap them. So I'm gonna swap this one over to here. And if you guys want to see what it looks like, the newer one looks like it has more text and stuff. The older one has the less text. Guys, so this is where I'm at right now. I've basically put it all back together. I've got my wireless charger cords going up there. Wireless chargers, I 3M double-sided tape them behind here. And I'm just gonna sit it in the car, plug it in, and just see if everything works, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right guys, so a little bit of an update. It is in the car. Sorry about my voice, I'm getting a little sick here. But it is in the car, everything is looking good. The lights work and they stop when I get down, so lights are working. The cigarette lighter's port is working. The drawer is working. The light in here is working. The USB ports in here are working as well. And then wireless charging is also working, which is awesome. Both sides do work. You just have to sometimes find the spot where it connects to the coils and then sort of set it where it should be. I'm gonna go ahead and button this thing back up. The only other thing that I do want to check is I think I should check and make sure the key card sensor thing works. All right, guys, just checked and the key card system is working. So that means I think everything's working. All right, guys, final update. It is all done and it looks great and everything works perfect. So the new console in a 2018, there it is, it's all done.